no loose chat, Tammy in the building. Big up Snoop, Mr. Hold It Down in the back. Battle number 3 of the day. On my right, we got Kappz FT Dub.
On the left, we have
AJ RA. Let's go.
London Gen, Battle Rap World. We are back again to talk about the second battle released from the Process Tournament No Loose Chats event that went down a couple of weeks ago. This battle, another explosive, high energy bar fest of a battle. Kappz versus AJ RA. AJ RA starts round 1 and he's a big guy, and he starts by towering over his opponent, towering over Kappz, and just sort of really using his body size and his voice in a really sort of aggressive way. Great start. You knew what time it was. Calls himself the Grim Reaper. He's going to turn this ring into an urn. After my turn, you didn't just get burned, you got cremated. Now it's ashes to ashes, dust to dust, like that. The hockey puck rounds go over your head. I like that. The swing and miss, stumbling around like he punch drunk, and he shoulder barges him as he does it. Again, like I said, really high energy. His performance and his material was great. I like the darkness of it. I really like the way he ended the round. Sublime timing in my writing. I put my time into timing, and that's time. I thought that was clever and nice, and the way he delivered it as well. Quite measured. There was a lot in that first round. There were definitely some bits that I missed whilst I was watching it live. Even a couple of bits was a bit difficult to make out on cam. I had to go back a few times to catch them. I think, was it one of the roofers who, shout out to Battle on the Roof, one of them had mentioned projection. I think it was the roofer and not the Battle Rap Twins. If it was, shout out Battle Rap Twins. But one of them had mentioned AJ's projection, and I think that was definitely a big factor in the building and on cam as well. AJ does have a great sort of voice, and his delivery is great in his performance. But there's something about his speech pattern or his breathing or something when, yeah, the words just don't project in the way that you'd really like them to, and the way that they need to when you've got such complex material and so much of it in there. Kappz starts out with the first. He's got a slight stumble early on, but he catches himself. He sort of repeats a few words, pulls himself right back. He starts like Gasworks do. Expose you pussy from the mouth like a bowcat. Eat out to help out. He's got some Bojo bars in there. Corona probably started in your house. That brought the roof down. The crowd really responded to those. It's calling him, you know, it's so nasty. I mean, he actually says that. And that, yeah, because the disdain, he says to him, he calls him a nasty ass nigger, and the disdain with which he looks at him. These are sort of the subtle things in performance. When you're battling an opponent, when you're, you know, trying to take the wind out of their sails and do everything that you can to make your round, your performance, your bars, your disses, to make that humiliation, you know, greater on your side, you've got to use lots of different elements. And I think Kapp's facial expressions, his body language in this, he looked at him with disgust. Just nasty ass nigga. Corona probably started in your. It really added to the material. I really check for things like that. It's yeah. Cranky with my cup of tea, mean mugging, runaway Simba, you ain't got the heart, ancient mummy settings, wagwan ra. I like that. you can have the all-seeing eye. You going out from what you heard. Told you you gonna die like Mufasa's death. I've butchered that completely. I apologize, Kappz. But I really like that bit again. He's pulled it back to the Simba reference. Told you you're gonna die like Mufasa's death. But you can have the all-seeing eye going out from what you heard. Like I like that little play in there. And then the linking to the earlier scheme. You won't have no face left to understand your spoken word. That was that really again hitting the building, cutting. I like that. The Rat Man Shiloh's story bars in there. Two shells, open up your mind, trying to make you more diverse. I really like that. Great end to the round. And similarly to the first battle that we talked about on this process card, Crash versus Tech, Kappz's pacing, his delivery, he and Tech have a fairly similar style, fairly similar material, but there was something. Kappz's pacing is really good. The way he sets up small, short setup, heavy punch, and he keeps them coming regularly, and then he has those other performance elements that really help sell his material. I really like that first round from both guys. Really great first round. What a way to start the battle. You could see, it's on. AJ starts the second with a dope Nas scheme, runs through Nas album titles, and then sort of ends up, even if we're both dead and mummified, you couldn't rap with me. Hard. The crowd really fucked with that. He's calling him, he's talking about Kappz's career, saying you've been around so long, but you're Adrian Broner, basically. You're fucking about with his name on the line. You've been here and got me. I just got here and got you. Such a good line. Really, it wasn't, a punch, but it was a really, simple and effective. You've been around forever and you're battling me. I just got here. Like, and I've got you. Like, you're Adrian Broner, dude. The whitewashing. I brought this up in the judging. Whitewashing, just like our history and hieroglyphics. Yeah, again, the audience really liked that. Hanging off the last line, like Heath Ledger and Robin Williams, hanging off the last line, and he did the line just in case we missed what he meant, and then you get the double entendre. Obviously, really cool. I like that. Finished the round, strong, but not as strong as his first. It was I think slightly short. Was it that round that was slightly short? Kappz comes out in the second straight, addressing AJ's style. He's calling him boring, basically. Heard I would so many times, thought you were talking about laminate flooring. Make the L click in place after I give him this beating. I like that. If you've ever put laminate flooring installed laminate flooring, you know about the banging to get the L to click into this place. AJ after the knockout, come back thinking you're wilder. Tyson with the fury of the gypsy. That was hard. I really like that. And it's coincidental that AJ has just done sort of Adrian Broner references in his earlier round, in his second. But I think Kappz had the better of the boxing bars there. Again, very short, straight to the punch. It was, just a couple of lines, and he's got a couple of punches in there. And then again, he kind of ties it in again. He brings it back to quick to strike up the match. Battle rap zone, Eddie Hearn. And he has another slight stumble where he has to bring back a line And it kind of takes a bit of the steam out of his next line, which is really good. The C in the circle, that's why you can't copy, right? All those woods, all those I woods, true meaning of a carbon copy. Really like that. And again, tying it back into the carpentry scheme earlier on in the round. I like the way he sort of weaved those references in. It wasn't sort of overkill with scheming, and he didn't stay on the scheme, but he sort of touched on it later in the round. It sort of makes the round quite cohesive. And yeah, he'd done that with the Lion King one in the first as well. AJ starts the third with a Dragon Ball Z reference that I didn't catch in the room. Got quite a good reaction, quite a big reaction. So I knew, he was obviously saying something, but I had to come back home and check it out. Think Broly, everyone knows what I'm saying is legendary, even if I ain't in my final form yet. When I checked, when I looked into who is Broly and why is he legendary, he's a legendary Super Saiyan, and he hasn't come into his final form yet. I thought it was hard once I got the reference, but it's not something I'm going to catch in I'm kind of I get the reference. I'm guessing it was something like that, and obviously I can gauge crowd reaction. Enough people knew what it was. That was cool. I got the Doctor Strange astral plane. Doctor Strange astral plane. I like that. I like the make your heart part of my trophy case. And then he had the Sub-Zero made this way cold since I started the game. Mortal Kombat reference. And when I was watching it back, and I put the two and two together, wasn't there a finishing move on Mortal Kombat where I can't remember who it was ripping out the heart from the chest? I don't know, maybe it was Sub-Zero actually. I should check that. I should have checked that, but I'm not going to do it now. But yeah, I'm sure that was the same sort of Mortal Kombat thing. I really like that. I like the ending. Kappz lose to every top tier he faced, straight face, game tapes. I think there was something else. It was a nice end, nice little bit of wordplay. Kappz starts off his third with an RIP to LB and some FTW flips in there. I like all the smoke, 10s, 20s, all bits, click like cancer sticks, trying to get to the bag so I can zip you up in it. That's the title of all the tracks that I have. So AJ starts with a Nas scheme, Nas album title scheme. Kappz starts with a name flip of his song titles. I like again that they both did the boxing, both sort of flipping on song schemes, or scheming on song. I went and checked out some of those tracks. I think, what was it? Get to the Bag, Smoke. I like the Get to the Bag track. I thought that was cool. That was a bop. I like that. He says to him, I'm a musician and a producer. You gonna face the music. I like that. You ain't growing with the times, you Gary Coleman. Called him Gary Coleman. If, you should know the reference, Different Strokes. Gary Coleman, the little old guy, or he was very old, played very young, very big in the 80s. The crowd like that. Now I'm knocking at your noggin, two things across your chest, how I put him in a coffin. I like that, and I like that he did the knocking at the noggin again. This was quite a physical clash. I like when they're touchy, not touchy, let's not use that word. I like when they're aggressive and physical with each other, and barge and really fight. I like that. Not really fight, but you know what I mean. Not fight at all, but I like when they get when they get up close and personal, as I said in the judging. And then he ends it, oh no, for thinking you're too smart, I might crack your skull, take every mind-boggling thought out of your brain from this mind control. I like that. Even God is just odd. if you don't put this G in it. Cool, yeah, and ended the third strong. Really close battle. It was really hard to call. I had so many notes, so many bars written down at the time because there was just so much. It was overload. It was a real treat. Very aggressive, so high energy. But Kappz has an authenticity when he's delivering his material. Like I said, I think it's that body language as well. He's very believable, and the way he delivers, he really sells his material. He allows the crowd to absorb it, and it sort of contrasted with AJ's a lot more sort of rapid, layered, complex, longer setups. Tanika Tan described it really well. She said it was more like he was telling a story, and if he had longer than 90 seconds, it would have been great. It would have been great to hear 3 rounds of that, sort of, 2-3 minute rounds of that. I would have lapped it up. It would have been, and then to watch it back on cam, it would have been a real joy to see. But it wasn't that. It was judged, and in fact, a couple of the judges said that on the replay they might call it differently, and that's not really something you want to hear in a tournament, in a judged battle, because the chance is gone. Even if the judges do call it differently, or viewers do call it differently once they watch it back, that's not what the aim is. It's very different to a non-judged battle. You really need to secure the win in the room, and I think that's where the style of Kappz really shown, because like I said, that short setup, rapid punch, it really hits home, and you catch everything, you get it all, and there were lots of lines that really stick in your head. So that's definitely something to think about for the battlers going forward. Really pay attention to that 90 seconds and the fact that we need to get everything. We can't miss anything. And yeah, the styles that really rep that. So Kappz advances to the next round, and I'm really looking forward to see him in the semi-finals, see what he's got. Yeah, great battles from the process. If you haven't seen the battle we're talking about, what you doing? I always talk about this. Why are you watching me and you haven't watched the actual battle we're talking about? It's out there. It's on YouTube. Go and check it out. Go and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Make sure that you don't miss any of the drops, because there's going to be a lot of content coming up. Some really exciting stuff happening with the No Loose chat team. Want to shout them out. Shout out Snoop. That's big bro right there. So much love and support from the No Loose chat team. Really appreciate that. Shout out to Paris, queen that she is. Shout out Tally. Yeah, really great content coming up from them. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned here as well. We've got some exciting stuff happening. Make sure you share the content, like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. And yeah, stay tuned. Thank you for joining me. I've been London Jen. This has been Battle Rap World. I'm losing my voice, but thanks for sticking around. See you next time.